Today I want to dive into the world of DevilFruit Awakeners in One Piece. We'll zoom in on those characters with awakened abilities and their unique combat styles. Awakening happens when a user's mind and body reach their peak, significantly boosting their powers. Take for instance Doflamingo's String Fruit or Luffy's Human Fruit model, Nika. Awakening allows them to manipulate their surroundings. This video breaks down each character's awakened abilities and their battle tactics, exploring the significance and impact of awakening in the One Piece universe. Got a different take? Share it in the comments. And don't forget to hit like, drop a comment, and subscribe to support the channel. Let's get started. First up, let's talk about DevilFruit Awakening in One Piece. The concept was first introduced in episode 544 during the Impel Down arc. Crocodile explained it while discussing the jailer beasts of Impel Down. These beasts, Zoan-type users, and notable for their abnormal toughness and regenerative abilities. When I first heard this, I didn't realize how deep it would go. For a while, the topic of awakening was left untouched, almost forgotten. Then, in episode 785 of the Dressrosa arc, Doflamingo revealed that DevilFruits have an awakening stage. Once awakened, they can affect more than just the user. It was a real shocker when this long-forgotten topic resurfaced, especially seeing Doflamingo awaken his String Fruit, turning buildings and the ground into strings. Kaidao, in the Wano Country arc, also touched upon awakening, saying, "Awakening occurs when the mind and body catch up." This adds to his aura of being the world's strongest. Now, in the Egghead arc, awakening is a hot topic again. Dr. Vegapunk Shaka discusses the risks of Zoan-type awakening, mentioning how it can consume a person's personality. Interestingly, the Five Elders also mention that Zoan types are unique as they possess a will of their own. It implies that Zoan types might consume the user's personality. The jailer beasts from Impel Down are prime examples of personalities being overtaken. DevilFruit Awakenings, as I've just described, alter the abilities upon awakening. So, I'll break them down by type. First, let's delve into Zoan-type awakenings. Zoan types are known for their exceptional toughness and healing abilities, but they risk losing their personalities. Remember when Luffy transformed into Nika? He clearly stated, "Who am I? Monkey D. Luffy," showing his intact self-awareness. It seems Luffy hasn't lost his personality to the awakening. Next up, the Paramecia type. Ever wondered what makes Paramecia awakenings stand out? They can influence things beyond themselves. And what about Logia awakenings? While not fully explored yet, it's speculated that they might continually alter weather conditions. There's even talk of already awakened Logia users. Now, let's introduce some characters with awakened abilities, starting with Paramecia users. The first Paramecia user is Don Quixote Doflamingo, wielder of the String Fruit. He manipulates strings to fight, bundling them to destroy buildings or even pierce through bodies. Remember Law's arm? He also uses strings to fly or create and control duplicates for attacks. It is a threat because it is a string, so it creates Doflamingo that never dies. His strings are incredibly durable, even breaking a meteorite from Admiral Fujitora. Not just for offense, he can also use strings for emergency medical treatment, sewing up internal injuries. You wonder what the awakening of the ability of this free and flexible String Fruit is like? When the String Fruit awakens, Doflamingo can extend his influence beyond himself, turning the ground and buildings into strings. His awakened techniques, like Break White, create waves of white strings that envelop enemies, and Off-White, which uses strings for defense. God Thread, used in his power showdown with Luffy, is a particularly potent technique. That's enough about Doflamingo for now. Let's move on to the next character. Next, let's talk about Charlotte Katakuri, the wielder of the Mochi Fruit, and the formidable number 2 of the Big Mom Pirates. Even without awakening, Katakuri was incredibly strong. Katakuri is number 2 of the Big Mom Pirates and was said to have never lost to anyone. He was a serious challenge for Luffy. His ability as a Mochi human made him a superior counterpart for Luffy's rubber human. Katakuri could replicate moves like Gum Gum Gatling and Elephant Gun. Plus, his mastery of observation haki allowed him to see a few seconds into the future, making him a tough opponent to beat. It was Katakuri's challenge that pushed Luffy to develop his own future sight with observation haki. When awakened, Katakuri's Mochi Fruit allows him to turn his surroundings into mochi. He can use this to defend, attack by slamming or suffocating enemies, and freely manipulate shapes. Interestingly, the way to escape his Kagami Mochi seemed to be eating it, a feat seemingly only possible for Luffy. It was this unique ability that helped Luffy win their intense battle. Katakuri's fight showcased the incredible power that comes when ability and physicality align in Awakening. Now, let's move on to Trafalgar Law, captain of the Heart Pirates and user of the ONEPIECE. Law's power lies in creating a room within which he can freely modify anything, including people. This extends to controlling ships with his room. During the Dressrosa arc, he used a wide-scale room without Doflamingo noticing. However, the greater the ability's use, the more physical strain it places on him, a common trait among DevilFruit users. In his fight with Doflamingo, Law's extensive and prolonged use of room was a life-risking effort. Despite being a formidable power, the room had limitations. In the battle in Wano, Law couldn't modify characters like Kaidao or Big Mom. It revealed a weakness against strong Haki users. Despite being a formidable power, the room had limitations. Law's awakened ONEPIECE abilities were revealed in the SBS. It allows him to attach rooms to objects. He demonstrated this with the K room on his sword, Kikoku, and the R room on Big Mom. You might have guessed, K in K room stands for knife. It enables him to extend the sword or create powerful shockwaves within K room. Puncture While was an amazing feat when he fought Big Mom. The R in R room stands for remote, allowing him to operate from a distance. A normal attack would require Law to be inside the room. His silent technique on Big Mom was a touching tribute to Corazon, silencing all sound in its effect. Next, let's talk about Eustace Kid, the captain of the Kid Pirates and user of the magnet fruit, part of the same pirate generation as Law. As a magnet man, he can attract metal, creating weapons or launching metal-based attacks. Those scenes where he pulls in metal are pretty intense, aren't they? Interestingly, Kid lost an arm in a fight with Shanks. It is now replaced by a mechanical one he crafted using his powers. His confidence and presence, even with one arm, are really cool. In Wano, Kid's ability was showcased in the move Punk Rotten, where he formed a giant armor-like mech, a sight that surely dazzled One Piece fans. Kid's awakening allows him to bestow magnetism, not just on metals, but also on objects and people. He used this to magnetize Big Mom, attracting metal to her in a way that she couldn't remove. Techniques like Assault and Punk Clash come into play here. His ultimate move, Damn Punk, was powerful enough to push Big Mom deep into the ground. Although not fatal, it was a battle that truly reflected Kid's intensity. Even Shanks recognized this technique as a threat, having to swiftly counter it with his commissary. Kid might seem a bit behind Law, but his ability is more formidable than one might think. Now, let's shift to the Zone-type Awakeners. First, the Jailer Beasts of Impel Down. Yes, these characters were actually awakened. Their exact DevilFruits are unknown, but their animal models are clear. We have Mino Koala, a koala beastman, Mino Zebra, a zebra beastman, Mino Taurus, a Holstein beastman, Mino Rhinoceros, a rhinoceros beastman, and Mino Chihuahua, a Chihuahua beastman. The inclusion of a Chihuahua is quite amusing. Despite their cute appearances, these beasts are incredibly strong. They might seem easy to underestimate with their dripping noses, but their recovery speed and strength are extraordinary thanks to their awakening. There is a huge gap between the way they look and the strength. It's interesting how these beasts were originally humans. They had their personalities absorbed by their Zoan-type powers as mentioned at the beginning. This means that the Jailer Beasts are Zoan-type ability users with a personality incorporated into it. This means the Jailer Beasts are not acting on the will of their users, but are driven by the will of the DevilFruits themselves. Next up, we're diving into the world of Rob Luchi, who evolved from CP9 to CP0. Remember Luchi? He's the guy with the cat fruit model leopard, who had that epic showdown with Luffy in the Water 7 saga. Unforgettable, right? In that saga, Chopper mentioned something interesting. Carnivorous Zoan types become more ferocious due to their inherent nature. Luchi's own sharp instincts mixed with his predatory traits, making him even more formidable. After his defeat by Luffy at Inai's lobby, Luchi made a comeback in chapter 1069 and awakened. He's still got that leopard look, but now he's rocking this cool black cloak-like attire. Turns out, awakening changes your appearance too. It's different from the jailer beast, who lacks such attire, suggesting that maybe losing one's personality, the type of devil fruit, or certain conditions play a role in this transformation. Luchi, being a Zoan type, retained his personality and achieved awakening while keeping his will intact. And his power? It's through the roof now. Even Sentomaru, known for his tough defense as Vegapunk's bodyguard, struggled to keep up, nearly getting knocked out. Imagine that. The already powerful Luchi, now even stronger. However, even the awakened Luchi couldn't escape defeat by Luffy. But his recovery and toughness are remarkable. He quickly bounced back and was soon fighting alongside Luffy and Zoro against the Seraphim. Impressive, isn't it? Now, let's move on to the next chapter. Moving on, let's talk about Keiko, who, like Luchi, rose from CP9 to CP0. Keiko, interestingly, looks like a giraffe, but is actually a user of the Ox fruit model giraffe. Initially, he struggled to master his abilities, but as the fights went on, he got the hang of it, using his giraffe-like abilities in unique ways. Think attacks leveraging his long neck and his limbs. Then, there's Keiko's awakened form, shown in chapter 1072, where he's depicted with a cloak-like appearance. Although it wasn't explicitly stated as an awakened form, Zoro, who fought him, noted some differences, hinting at Keiko's probable awakening. What's intriguing about Keiko, if indeed awakened, is the speed of his transformation. It suggests that his mind and body quickly adapted to the devil fruit powers. Let's move on to the next. Next, let's shift our focus to the man of the hour, Monkey D. Luffy. As you've probably seen in the anime, Luffy also awakened his powers in Wano. Known as the captain of the Straw Hat Pirates and the user of the Gum Gum fruit, Luffy was thought to be a rubber human, but in Wano, it's revealed that he actually possesses the human fruit mythical Zoan model Nika. This twist was a massive surprise for everyone following the story. Luffy's awakening occurred during his battle with Kaidao. The human fruit mythical Zoan model Nika is even dubbed the most ridiculous fruit in the world. Despite the intense fight with Kaidao, Luffy seemed to enjoy it. He showed incredible resilience and flexibility in his attacks, very much in line with his character. It's a power that seems tailor-made for Luffy's creative combat style. Moreover, Luffy displayed the influence of a paramecia-type awakening impacting his surroundings. He could deflect borrow breath and make pipes stretch like rubber, which was astounding. Though hard to comprehend, he even created goggles in the spirit of freedom. Luffy refers to this awakening state as Gear 5, hinting at further evolutions of his ability. Looking forward to seeing previous techniques evolve and appear again. And interestingly, Kaidao's words about death being the perfection of a person have led to theories that dying once might be a condition for the Nika awakening. There's still a lot of mystery surrounding Nika, including the true meaning of these words. So, up next, we'll dive into the world of Logia-type awakenings. As I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of mystery around the awakening of Logia-type devil fruits, but there are some users who are highly likely to have achieved this state. Two such individuals are former Fleet Admiral Sakazuki and former Admiral Kuzan. Given their immense strength, it's not far-fetched to think they might be awakened. Sakazuki wields the power of the magma fruit and Kuzan the ice fruit. So, why do we think they might be awakened? Remember their duel on Punk Hazard? That battle changed the island's very climate. One half became a scorching lava land, the other an icy wasteland. This kind of environmental impact, reminiscent of paramecia-type abilities, suggests that they might be awakened. When you see such effects, it's hard not to believe in their awakening. Interestingly, Ishiro Oda, the creator of One Piece, mentioned in a movie SBS that many of the world's mysteries in the series are due to devil fruits. While Alabaster's drought was caused by dance powder, it's possible that Logia types can change weather, and upon awakening, these effects might become permanent. The fact that a battle for the title of Fleet Admiral could alter an island's climate is a testament to their power. Now let's summarize some characters who might also be awakened. The following are key figures in the main story who may have achieved this state. First up, let's talk about Whitebeard, the user of the Tremor fruit. He could crack the air to create earthquakes and even manipulate sea currents to generate tsunamis. Such an ability to cause natural disasters is truly unique. His attacks, where he imbued vibrations into his blade, suggests a possible awakening due to their extraordinary range. Next is Kaidao, often called the strongest in the world. He's discussed the conditions for awakening in the series, which implies he might be awakened himself. While the series hasn't explicitly touched on Kaido's awakening, his durability suggests it's a strong possibility. If having a cloak is evidence of awakening, then his son Yamato might also be awakened. Lastly, Big Mom is also rumored to be awakened. Since Katakuri mentioned his own abilities were awakened, it seems likely that the captain of his crew, Big Mom, would be too. Her soul fruit lets her transfer her lifespan to objects, and upon awakening, she might be able to do the same with others' lifespans. I suspect her soul focus might be an awakened technique. As one of the 4 emperors, it's also expected that she would be among the awakened. That's all for today. This channel posts summaries, explanations, and ranking videos related to One Piece. If you like One Piece, we would be happy if you could support us by subscribing to our channel and commenting. Thank you for watching till the end. See you in the next video.